Hey there, it's Seb Frey the Realtor, and today I want to answer the question which so many people are asking, and that is, when are there going to be more homes for sale here in the greater San Francisco Bay Area? Do you want to find out the answer to that question? Stay tuned and watch this video. All right, before I get too much further into that, I'm going to ask you to please mash that subscribe button right there and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to click that little bell right there to receive a notification when I put up new videos that are fun and cool, just like this one. All right, now here I'm going to answer that question, which so many people, I get asked this from every buyer all the time, and that is that when are we going to see more homes for sale? And I'm going to answer that question, but before I answer that question, I want to clear something up here, and that is, when people talk about inventory, at least when realtors talk about inventory, what we mean is the total number of homes currently for sale. And I'm not really going to talk about that right now. I'm going to talk about when are the new listings going to come onto the market, right? When's that going to happen? Because that's what everybody seems to want to know. But I will just say this, and that is that if you are looking to buy a house, you're going to find that there's actually a very poor selection of homes right now because inventory is very, very low. There are few homes in any price range of any configuration for sale right now. There just isn't much out there. And the reason for that is because, in a typical year, it might be that for every, 6 homes that gets listed, maybe 5 homes sell, right? Okay, so every month, for every 6 homes, if only 5 sell, that means, the listing period is going to be more than a month. It might be 6 months, right? So inventory is gradually going to be building up because more homes are listed than are sold. But the funny thing is that right now is that for every 6 listings that come on the market, 6 homes sell. Inventory simply is not building up. So if you're a buyer and you're out there looking, in any one given moment of time, you're not going to see very many homes for sale because simply inventory has not really built up at all. And so that's why buyers, I think, right now are more concerned than ever with the question of when are more listings going to be coming on the market, right? I think people know that all the listings that are going to come on the market are going to go fast, right? They're all going to go zip, 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 zip. They're going to get snapped up in a moment. But part of the problem right now is that it's not going zip, zip, zip. Right now it's going beep, beep, beep. There's a steady drip of listings, but people want to know, when is the big gigantic flood going to come, right? When are the floodgates going to open and we're going to have all of a sudden lots of homes coming on the market and it'll be a field day. Buyers will finally have, something to choose from, assuming, of course, they are well qualified, ready to compete, and can act quickly, of course, right? So when's that going to happen? Well, now to answer that question, I'm going to rely on some beautiful charts which have been provided to me and hence to you by Compass. I work for Compass, which I don't know if you heard, but Compass is the #1 real estate brokerage in the United States, right? So, we should pay attention to see what Compass has to say about that. So I'm going to share some charts with you which address the new listings in Santa Clara County and Santa Cruz County and Monterey County going back several years, so we can see exactly when it is that these listings should be expected to arrive. So without further ado, let's take a look. All right, in Santa Clara County, go ahead, take a look. This chart runs from December 2017 to February 2022, and as you can see here, December, January, and February are typically the lowest number of listings in a given month, which is why you would expect that around March, say, where we are now, you wouldn't really see a lot of homes for sale because a lot of homes have not been listed recently. But if you want to look, what are the big listing months in Santa Clara County? Well, you can see it right here, right? May is a big month. April also is a big month. And looking at 2020 obviously was an outlier because the pandemic hit and really hardly anything got listed in April. And it turned out that year, October, was really the big listing month that kind of slingshotted us, I think, into the current market that we have right now. Things have been piping hot really since about October of 2020. All right, let's go ahead and look at the Santa Cruz numbers. And the Santa Cruz numbers, well, the numbers obviously are much smaller in Santa Cruz. The pattern is very similar. You can see that December, January, and February typically are the lowest new listings of the year, right? And then we can see that in April and May, typically those are some of the biggest numbers for Santa Cruz. Although interestingly enough, we can see that in July a couple of years was very big for new listings in Santa Cruz County. You know, they go down, right? This is very typical. They go down August, September, you know, October, November. The number of new listings goes down until in every year, December, that's always the very quietest time of year. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at Monterey County. In Monterey County, our chart for Monterey does not go quite back as far for some reason as Santa Clara County and Santa Cruz County. This one only goes back to January 2019. But you can see the same kind of pattern in Monterey, right? So typically December, January, February are the lowest listing months, and that April and May are big months. And interestingly enough, in 2021 here, we can see that you know, June, July, and August were pretty big, right? But we can see clearly that the listings do start to come on, you know, in much bigger numbers in about April of every year. So how many more listings? Obviously, those charts, they're not actually, you know, exactly, you can't really, you know, read them at a very granular level, but it looks to me like roughly we're going to see 30 to 50% more listings in these big prime listing months, which would be April and May compared to January and February. And, you know, sometimes it's hard to say. I mean, like the future is very hard to predict, right? I mean, past is prologue, but it's not always necessarily, you know, exactly repeated every single year. But we can see that, you know, we will have some bigger months, certainly in June, July, August, and September, and it's going to go down like a ladder until we get, you know, back into December again, which is the lowest number of new listings every year. So if you are a buyer and you're looking at that chart, I hope that it gives you some encouragement, because, you know, I'm going to assume that we're going to have a fairly typical pattern again. We are going to see a lot more homes coming on the market in April and especially in May. And hopefully by June, July, and August, we'll be seeing a lot more out there for buyers to choose from. And we may even see some inventory build up so that any one instant in time, there's not just 3 homes for sale. There might be 5 or 6, you know, it could happen. And if you're a seller, you know, what does that chart show you? It shows you very clearly that, you know, you're starting to enter a very competitive period. So if you, you know, did want to get your house on the market and not have as much competition to deal with, April would be a better month than, say, May. And then June, you know, that might be a better month depending on where you are, and et cetera, et cetera. So I hope this video goes to answer that burning question that I know so many people have. And listen, I know that if you have that question, that probably some other people that you know also have that question. So you know what you could do? You could share this video with them. Just go ahead and copy and paste, text it to them, send it to an email, whatever you want to do, tag them on Facebook, or I don't know what the kids are doing these days. You can certainly do that. And also, you know what I would really love to? I would love a comment. If you would put a comment here in the YouTube comment section and let me know what you think about all this craziness, I would certainly appreciate it. And, you know, before I let you go, I'm going to ask you one more time to please mash that subscribe button right there and subscribe to my new YouTube channel. Not forgetting to click the little bell so that you'll get notifications when new videos from me like this one come up. I would really appreciate that as well. All right, that's it. I just want to thank you so very much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Please stay tuned.